Hi, my friends. It's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. If you haven't done so already, please do like and subscribe to this video if you like knitting content, hand-dyed yarn, sometimes some just any fiber goodness, frankly, any woolly fiber goodness. If you like any of that, you'll really enjoy this channel. And by doing that, you really help me greatly because those that have similar interests to you can find me as well. So thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. I wanted to just say hi, stop in for a bit. I had looked really cute earlier. I had a sweater on, I was wearing my hand knits, and I felt really good. It was chilly out. It was in the 40s, and I went to the food store, and I got home, and well, now it's probably almost 60 degrees. It's in the 50s, I think, high 50s. However, in our house, it is 76 degrees. And it's that way for a reason, because I know you'd think, open the windows, you nut. Well, um, I decided I wanted to make sourdough. And if you don't know, sourdough needs to be, it doesn't need it, but it really helps with the progression of your sourdough if you have a good warm temperature. And if you're in the 70s, it really makes 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It really makes it a lot more productive. And I was a goofball and I totally forgot to feed my sourdough starter last night, and I needed to do that. So I did this morning early, and I went to the food store, and after 4 hours I was hoping it would have at least doubled. It really didn't. It took about 6 hours for it to get really bubbly. So I did get that going because I wanted to make a special, actually it's going to be a dark chocolate sourdough loaf. I've never made one before. I'm pretty excited. This is the first time I'll ever be making sourdough in my Dutch oven. So that's going to be a fun new experience. I've made many sourdough loaves that are like a bread loaf. They look like a typical bread loaf. I've made quite a few of those for sandwich bread and like toast and things like that, but I've not ever made like a round, there's probably a correct name for this, but like the round loaf. Yeah, this is my first time making one, and it's gonna have dark chocolate in it. It looks really good. It's a recipe from Farmhouse on Boone, and I will definitely include that into the notes section. Again, I haven't made it yet, but it looks really good. So I'll share that in case you want to try to do that yourself. I just feel like as these months get cooler, we are full fall swing right now. I hope you guys have beautiful fall weather by you if you are in the northern hemisphere, and it's just absolutely beautiful right now. um, it's crazy. I always feel like it takes about a week, and we just go from a little color, and all of a sudden half the leaves are gone, or the trees are entirely engulfed in color. That's what we're looking at right now. It's absolutely beautiful. So kind of crazy, kind of crazy. Oh, I feel like we have a delivery or something. Hopefully they will leave it because I am not going to be answering the door. Always nerve-wracking. I hope they'll leave it, whatever it is. I'm sure Dan ordered something. Oh, goodness. Okay. Whew. But as you will see, I'm quite flushed. It is really warm in here. 76 degrees. We've got our fireplace going like nobody's business. And I have the sourdough like right in front of the fireplace because, and on a hot pad on top of it. I know. I don't know if that's a good thing to do to it or not, but I have had success with that in the past. So I'm not an expert, but that has helped me if I put it on the warm setting and I just monitor it. Don't put it on high. Don't want to do that. That's way too warm, and you don't want to kill your, your sourdough starter. That would not be good. You got to start all over again. Nobody wants to do that if they can help it. Anyway, we'll get into the video here now that I've rambled for a bit. All right, so shop update. That is why not only am I warm, but I'm in one of my more, I got my hair pulled up because I am going to go do some dyeing. So I'm working on some new colorways for the winter time. I'm very excited, you guys. Keep an eye out on your newsletter. If you are not subscribed to the newsletter, make sure you are, so that way you'll be the first to find out about the new colorways. And there will be a pre-order again, and they're only going to be listed for, it'll be like a week's span of time, And then once that time frame ends, you can't order them anymore. They will not be available. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm starting to do my dyeing that way. It works a lot better for me. Um, in my little business model right now. So I hope that that's okay with you. And so definitely keep an eye on the newsletter. If you're not a newsletter subscriber, again, just go to the website, multifariousnature.com. It should pop up and ask if you want to become a newsletter subscriber, but you can definitely always contact me and I'm happy to add you. My dog is literally just figuring out that the delivery person was here and they're leaving. So that's kind of hilarious. Sometimes dogs can be a little delayed. So sorry for the barking, but that's what's going on. Luckily, it sounds like they may have left it because they're leaving. Okay. So, works in progress, end of things. I worked on a couple projects this week and a little bit on some and quite a bit on others, but it's hard to tell because these sweaters are now getting big. So, it takes a lot longer to get progress. But we'll start with the Straya cardigan by Andrea Mowry. And oh, speaking of Andrea Mowry, um, actually, I was going to say, I would tell you guys about this, but it'll be a day late. Ugh, that's disappointing. So I won't share it. But just so you know, she had a really big sale going on. So if you're not already subscribed to anything with Andrea Mowry, like on her Instagram or anything, definitely make sure you do that because if you're a fan of her patterns as well, she does well, actually, if you want discount codes, definitely make sure you're a newsletter subscriber of Andrea Mowry's. That's the best way to get that information. But yeah, she's moving to Michigan. I think I mentioned this in the last video, and I'm super excited. It's so awesome. Excited for her. She gets to be closer to her family, and that's awesome. I can relate to that. It's really nice to be close to your family. So, or at least quick driving distance if you need to. All right, so like I said, Straya cardigan. That is the first project, and I'm going to keep looking at this microphone because I'm a little paranoid. For those of you who have been with me for a while, you know that my recording device tends to fail me, so I'm really hoping it doesn't today, and I hope I don't speak a million words per minute. I have been doing that lately. So, here we go. This is my little Straya cardigan. Super cute. You can see the really beautiful stretchiness to it. Fabulous. Love it. It's half fisherman's rib. It's very similar. It's not the same thing though. It's a cardigan versus a pullover, but similar. Like if you liked making the brick sweater by Andrea Mowry, I think you would enjoy this because I very much enjoyed the brick sweater by Andrea Mowry, and it was also half fisherman's rib. So this is a cardigan though, and I'm using Old Mill Yarns 100% merino non-superwash. It's technically considered fingering weight, but it's super fine. I know it's going to fluff up. It was on a cone, but it's still considered like I'd say fine fingering. So I'm holding it double and I'm definitely getting gauge. So there's that. But it's really, really pretty. Look at that gorgeous raglan design going on the sleeve. Oh, I love it. So I definitely had split for the sleeve and I am working down the sides. So now I'm just working the length of it, which I started last week. You can see there's my little progress keeper. I made some progress. I've primarily been working on this in the mornings and in the evening. So it's just interesting. I still notice this. I'm sure you do as well. How there's kind of a differentiation between the increase area. But I really hope that once this is blocked, that will kind of figure itself out. I hope so. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. All right. So that's that one. And then and I'm enjoying it. Just in case you're wondering, I am enjoying it. The next pattern that I worked on quite a bit is my Alpina Paca jumper by Petite Knit. Worked on this a lot. So this is how it is looking so far. This is working with my Multifarious Nature yarn, held double with some merino. So this is my Evergreen Market colorway, and it's held with a dark gray Old Mill yarn 100% non-superwash merino. So my base is my alpaca merino base. So it's 20% superfine alpaca, 60% superwash merino, and 20% nylon. It's super luxurious, has beautiful drape to it, and it's so soft. And then look at the alpacas, you guys. Isn't that the cutest thing in the world? Like, you really can see them now. And I absolutely love, so I'm using Handspun as my contrast color. So this is a beautiful Shetland ram fleece that I spun up. And I did a 3-ply actually. And it's so cute. And it looks even cuter because it's thick and thin in areas because it's Handspun. And it just makes them look that much like little characters, like 3-dimensional characters. They're so cute. I love this one in particular. Look at the little puffs. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I can't get over it. How beautiful is this? Oh, it was a lot of fun to make too, and it went really quick. I mean, obviously the further down you go, the longer it takes because it's larger. And now it's definitely kind of slow going because I'm just doing stockinette in the round. But it's not really that slow going if you think of the fact that I should put a progress keeper on here, you guys. Ugh, I'm so bad about that sometimes. I need to put a progress keeper on here. But I mean, I made decent progress on this, and I've just worked on this on my lunch breaks. Oh, I just love it. I am so excited to wear this winter. And I will wear it this winter. I will. I know I will finish it. I'm very excited to do that. However, I have to get like on it because can you believe it? Like in a month, it's going to be December. That's Advent knitting season. So like I'll be working on Advents. No pressure. I actually was looking at test knitting some patterns and I'm like, whew, I don't know if I should be doing a test knitting. I need to like just focus on this. I didn't get picked for anything, so it's totally fine. And I'm actually kind of grateful. I volunteered, but I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be under the wire because I love to do my Advent knitting. But isn't that just beautiful? This is the Alpina Paca, again, petite knitter. Oh, it's just beautiful. I love it so much. I cannot wait, you guys. And it's so stinking soft and cozy. And then this alpaca, it is alpaca in it. It has alpaca in it, and it's an Alpina Paca, but it has but it has this luxurious, oh, I love Shetland wool. I am so partial. It is so soft. So that is going to be so stinking warm, and I am I'm doing a happy dance, and it's not even remotely close to being finished. Like I literally just got the top section of the sweater done. My ice has already melted, and I've just been drinking that for about 5 minutes. So that tells you how warm it is in here. It's like the tropics. It's like summer in our house right now. I'm not complaining. I just it's a little weird. Anyway, this happens in the wintertime too, though. When we get that fire going, it's amazing how efficient it is. It's in the middle of our house, and it will seriously heat up our main level. Our bedroom gets a little cold, but that's okay. It's good for sleeping. But yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, framed sweater. Oh my gosh. So Andrea Mowry's framed sweater. I have to say this. I know she doesn't watch my channel. I'm sure she doesn't watch my channel. But I just want to say, oh my gosh, congratulations to Andrea Mowry. Holy moly, is that amazing. So I've been watching little snippets on Rhinebeck. I did not go to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival this year. I've never gone. But I saw all these beautiful photos of her meetup on the hill there at Rhinebeck at the New York Sheep and Wool, and folks wearing their beautiful, all different, some very similar, absolutely beautiful framed sweaters. So this is the framed sweater by Andrea Mowry. I did not finish mine. I knew I wasn't going to because, yeah, I didn't. But I have to be careful because I totally dropped my stitches last time we were talking. So I am just going to hold these like this, and it's going to look super bizarre. But I am still working on this, and I didn't do a lot more since we met. I think I just did a couple more rows. It might be about an inch. I might have done an inch. about half a repeat. But I'm enjoying it. It's super fun. It really is a lot of fun. Yeah, I've been kind of obsessed with my alpinapaka sweater, so I did not really work on this one that much, but I did enjoy it. And her frame your face cowl, also a lot of people were making those, so really exciting for her. I mean, on top of the fact that she's moving and she's got this big sale going on, it's really, I'm excited for her. That's really, really cool. And it was a massive crowd of people, and I don't know, as someone who she does that full time, she's a pattern designer full time, that's really cool. That's really exciting. I know she's been doing this for a long time, and so it's really cool that that's where it's at for her. So excited for her. Uh, One more thing here. Wow, I am just flying through it today, guys. But in like 10 to 15 minutes, I have to uh, do something like the next step of the sourdough. So I'm like, and then I've got to get my dyeing going as well. And I have already, like, I'm past my midpoint of my day. So this will be interesting. I feel like I'm going to be dying late in the day today. That's how it happens sometimes. It's okay though. I love it. I love it. I really do. Um. Anyway, what was I getting onto? I guess Advents. I think I talked about Advents last. I did. I talked about Advents last episode. But I'm gonna keep checking this. I'm sorry. I know it's obnoxious. It is still on. Okay. I am concerned. I am. Um, Maybe one day I won't be so obsessive about it, but it's become problematic. I don't edit my videos, so it's kind of a one and done. And if it doesn't record, then I gotta do it all over again. And that's never good. Frustrating. It never sounds as good as the first time. So I don't like repeating myself over and over again. But Advents. Super excited. I think I mentioned I have an Advent coming, and it actually did arrive. It wasn't supposed to arrive until this last week, and I actually got it like a whole week early. So that was super exciting. I was not expecting it. So I actually have it up in my closet. I am looking at it right now. It's my Wild in the Woods Advent. So excited. I am not unpacking it. I am not doing any of that because I will ruin it. I know I'll ruin it for myself if it's sitting there and I'm staring at it. So what I like to do, so use this as if you're one of those people that wants to wait until December 1st, but you have a hard time staring at it and you will totally look at it otherwise. Put it away in your closet, but don't forget about it, if that makes sense. I don't know how you could forget about it, but um, I mean, life is life sometimes, so I guess you could see how you could forget about it. This past month has been crazy. A lot has happened this month. I'll talk about that a little bit in our life update end of things at the end, but it's been a month. It's been weird. Like there's a lot going on. So I could see where people could forget things. So like I have my Advent like in eyesight. Like if I'm sitting here, I know it's there, but it's up away, tucked away. So hopefully I won't like touch it. And I've been really good. So I feel good about it. I feel like I can wait another month. And then I have Melly Knits Advent coming. I don't have it yet, and she hasn't shipped them yet. She ships them in November. So I'll patiently be awaiting that one as well. Very, very excited. And then I haven't received notification about my little, I think it's Mint Rain. I think I got her Advent sock set, or it's a sock set, but it's 12 colorways, and then it's a, I should say, it's a single skein. She splits it if you want, and I got two 50-gram skeins, so that way I can knit two socks at a time, and it's already split and everything. And you knit one color a day for 12. I think it's I think it's enough that you knit one stripe a day, and I think it's 25 stripes, but I think it's only 12 different colors, so it like repeats. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think that's right. It's been a while because you know how Advents are these days. You order them in the summertime and you don't see them until, well, around now and November. So it is hard to remember these things. My memory is not the best these days. Anyway, more knitting type stuff I read. So reading, it's reading, not knitting. I actually did some reading, not a lot, a little. I did a little reading of Knit One Kill Two by Maggie Sefton. It's a really cute little book. It's a little treasure book. It's so tiny. It is, a reasonable amount of pages. There's a pattern in the back, there's a recipe in the back, and it is 273 pages. So it's not a massive book. It's a cute little knitting mystery, and I have to tell you guys, I am now on chapter 3. Woohoo! I made progress slowly. Nothing to do with the book. It's literally just me going, hey, I need to read. And I am a creature of I like audiobooks too. I primarily read audiobooks, or I should say listen to audiobooks, because then I can knit and listen. That tends to work better for me. So that's all good. But there's something, if you are a big reader, I used to be a voracious reader. I used to love reading. Like, I would read a lot when I was younger. And I am grateful that my schools pressed that, like had readathons and things where you could get like free books and stuff. I loved it. Where they had like Scholastic sales, book sales, where you could go and look at all the new books, and it was so much fun, and I loved it. And it really got me reading quicker. I'm a slow reader. So I really want to get into it's the tactile nature of reading a book. I know you readers out there will understand what I'm saying. And there's a smell to books. Yes, I'm not crazy. I know other people feel this way. If you feel this way about books, please comment below. Please let me know that I am not insane, that I love the smell of books, I love the feel of books, the tactile nature, the actual nature of like turning a page and reading from a book. There's something to that. So we are reading this one, and I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. It will probably take me a while to read. I want to get faster. Something that Woolberry is doing, which I actually really like, and I would absolutely love to partake in it at some point. But it is, she's doing like a society box, and you get a box like every 2 months. I think that's how she does it. She did seasonal boxes last year, and now she's doing monthly, but it's not every month, it's bi-monthly. And then she charges you a fee, and then every other month you get a box, and the box has a book in it, and then it has some items associated with the book, and you open those items as you're reading the book. And I think that is so fun. I think it's so fun. One, it really helps you get through a book because you're motivated. You want to open the next little package of goodie, whatever it might be. And then, of course, there's a skein of yarn in there because she dyes yarn as well. She's a hand dyer. And she dyes yarn, and it's going to be associated with the book. So I think that's really cool. I really like it. I think it's fun. And I love the idea of trying new books as well, because I'm really trying to get back into reading more. And that is, I like a variety of books. I am um, well, this is a knitting mystery, but I'd say it's a cozy mystery. It's not supposed to be creepy. It's a cozy mystery. And then I've read books like the Devil in the White City. That is totally different. Totally different. I actually did that as an audiobook. I had the hard copy, but this happens sometimes. So I did it as an audiobook. Excellent book, by the way. Really well written. I grew up an hour north of Chicago, and this is it's a historical fiction. So it's based on historical people and events that went on, but the author takes liberties. But he does a really good job. It's Eric Lawson. It's either Larson or Lawson. I will look it up, and I'll try to leave it in the notes below. I'll try to do that. Great book. Great book. But see, that's totally different than this. I mean, there's still kind of like some mystery going on, kind of, but it's totally different. And then I've been reading. There were two recent books that I read. Oh goodness, I do not remember the authors' names, but um, shoot, I'm trying to remember the first book that I read. But the one I'm currently reading is, the first one was The Firekeeper's Daughter. Well written. I actually really enjoyed that book. Totally different theme again. Totally different theme. It's about an indigenous young lady, and she lives in the like upper part of Michigan, and it really is cool because it's kind of from my state, you know, and then yeah, it's really interesting. If you've not ever read The Firekeeper's Daughter, I I think it's Firekeeper's, not Firewatcher's daughter. I think it's Firekeeper's Daughter. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting book. And so I finished that one. Currently, I am listening to, that was an audiobook, and I'm listening to this other book that I think is like a follow up. It is a follow up because it's interesting. It's a totally different story, but there are characters that overlap from the Firekeeper's Daughter or Firewatcher's Daughter, Firewatcher's Daughter. And this one is like has overlap of characters, which is really cool. And again, it's in the same area. It's set place in this town or village, I should say, in the reservation and Turtle Island. And I don't know, it's incredibly fascinating to me, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the characters, the story. It's fun. It's just fun. It's different, a little bit of mystery again. So I guess I kind of gravitate towards mystery a bit, but I like the indigenous end of things. I like how they're talking about the traditions and things like that. I like to learn about things. I understand this is fiction, but I do really enjoy how you can learn about different cultures and things like that. So I think historical fiction is probably where I lean the heaviest. But I also really enjoyed The Five People You'll Meet in Heaven. Excellent book. Excellent book. I want to read that every year. I would like to do that. At some point in my life, I want to make that a goal where I read that every year because it's an amazing book. It's an amazing book, and it really helps you realize how you can affect people in your life and you don't even realize it. And that, yeah, don't take life for granted. You know, it's amazing. So excellent book. Excellent. Five People You Meet in Heaven. Highly recommend that. This is not a book channel, but I feel like a lot of people that tend to be creative and enjoy this more solitude type things like knitting and crochet and weaving, things like that, tend to like to read as well. So I think that's totally fine. We're getting now kind of towards the life update end of things, so we'll just delve into that. So, life update. Okay. I feel like I need to take a deep breath about this because for those of you that have been with me for a while now, know that um, this is just like the next part of the chapter, right? Like, this is not an end. This is not the total beginning. It's just like a next chapter in our growing our family. So, you know, if you've been with us, that it has been hard. We have experienced great loss in trying to grow our family, whew, and you know that we've been looking in, and not only looking into, we have been actively pursuing and starting the process of adoption. So we did get approved in the state of Michigan for adopting, which is excellent. That was the first step, and that took months to do. It's a lot. It takes a lot of time, which is it's good. It's important that it does, but I don't know. I guess unless you've been there, it's really hard to explain. But so we started that process before December of last year, and we had a moment of pause where um, we were, let's see, about 3 months where we were considered on pause. So we were active, but because we had been pregnant, they put us on pause. And it's like required. They don't allow us to actively be seeking while you're pregnant. And I understand that. I get it. So, because we weren't matched with anyone, that's how they deal with things. But so that being said, since we unfortunately did lose those pregnancies, or that pregnancy, we had twins, so we lost our twins, and so then we went back active, which is weird. It feels really weird. I'm gonna be like very open about that. It's really a weird place to be. It's really weird. But I want to be open about this kind of thing because, one, I think it's highly important people talk about these kind of things. But then I also, not only for themselves, but I think it's really important for other people that might be going through this to know that they're not alone. Because that's one thing I have learned, is that it really helps to know you're not alone in these struggles. So I'm in a weird place. I am in a weird place, but I will say that we finally, whew, it felt like slowly ripping a band-aid off, we are active now in the adoption end of things. So we have an active profile now. We are basically, that means is our agency is now actively showing our information to birth mothers, or I should say expectant mothers. These are mothers that are expecting babies. They haven't been matched with anybody. They haven't chosen anyone to adopt their baby yet. So it's wild. It's a weird, I'm in a weird headspace, like, because you're kind of in this like in between. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't make sense, but for those of you that have dealt and been through the process of adoption, you understand what I'm saying. It's a weird space. It's like a weird in between, but I'm really excited. I'm excited and scared. And yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. But I just wanted to share that exciting news with you guys, because for those of you that have been with us, it has been a lot, and you have been there through these hard moments. And I really appreciate the support and everyone that has reached out and sent words of love and hugs through the interweb. It means so much. It means so much. I can't even remotely put words to it. And that's why I really, really was excited to share that with you guys, because it's exciting. We haven't been matched with anyone yet, and that's totally fine. Because it will happen when it happens, and it will be the right time when it happens. And it's exciting, just the possibilities. But it's a crazy spot to be in right now. It's that in between. it's so it's so bizarre. I can't even put words to it. But I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm really excited, and I know that I say I hope, but for those of you that are new, I hope that you're excited too. But for those of you that have been with me for a while, I know you'll be excited. So I wanted to share that exciting news with you. And yeah, gosh, it's crazy. And the sheep are doing good, and chickens are good, the ducks are good. Which reminds me, after I'm done with this, I need to let the chickens out before I go do my dyeing. But yeah, it's a roller coaster right now. Dogs are doing good. We're good. Just struggling with sourdough at the moment, apparently. But yeah, I'm excited for Advent season, you guys. I hope you are as well. Whatever you do to participate in Advent, be it Bible studies, having your own reflections throughout the Advent season coming up. I I hope you are looking forward to it. I am having a fun time watching the Mystery Knit Along, folks. I need to catch up a little bit, but I really am enjoying watching the Mystery Knit Along by Stephen West. So that is a lot of fun. So thank you for sharing the link in the last video, because I've been checking out a few of these videos, and it's a lot of fun. It's just really fun to see the progress and kind of live vicariously through those individuals, because I do like mystery knit alongs. Like I said, I have done one before by Stephen West, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And I do really like that shawl. It's quite unique. He loves to play with color. I love to play with color as well. So maybe someday I'll do another one, but I was just not in the space to be able to do one this year because, like I said, I am like cramped trying to get things done before Advent, before December 1st. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll leave you guys there. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you will definitely share what you're working on and what you're up to, and any fun things that are going on in your neck of the woods during this beautiful autumn season if you're in the northern hemisphere. And if you're not experiencing autumn, I'd still love to hear what's going on in your area. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care. Bye.